Come, let us explore meditation mistakes that will ruin your practice. An individual on Reddit asked if it could be advisable to use a metronome while meditating. They wanted to do box breathing. They wanted to keep track of their inhalation, their hold breath, their exhalation, and their pause breath. There's a problem with that. For such an act is not meditation, it's concentration. It's controlling when we breathe and how long we breathe. And concentration is a way of indulging our controlling tendencies. So we have a choice. We can be controlling or laid back. We can be like the Big Lebowski, or we can be like the Dude. We can be like Devadatta, or we could be like Gautama. Mindfulness is not concentration. Every time we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, our sympathetic nervous system is wired to help us notice in a very special way, to help us notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly. Now, none of those sound rigid. None of those are controlling. When we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, our parasympathetic nervous system helps us to both physically relax as well as mentally release whatever it was that we noticed during our previous inhalation. That is what meditation is all about. Now you might say, well, if we already have a fully functional central nervous system, why meditate? It seems that every time we breathe in, we'll notice, and every time we breathe out, we will release. That is an excellent question. We have been conditioned since the Neolithic Revolution to be rigid, fearful, superstitious, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel. We have been conditioned since childhood for our... Well, let's put it to you this way. When we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, it interrupts the pattern of competition between our cerebral cortex and our sympathetic nervous system and reinforces cooperation between the two. Similarly, when we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, that interrupts the competition between our cerebral cortex and our parasympathetic nervous system and sets space for cooperation between the two. So we could think of mindfulness and meditation as an opportunity to capitalize on neuroplasticity and retrain our brain to be less like the Big Lebowski and more like the Dude. What I would like to do right now, so this concludes our opening lesson, and now let's get ready for this evening's main event. Whoops, wrong button. Let's go back over here. Okay. It is General Leo Organa's Saturday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I've spent about 8 hours a day almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that you would not have to. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. So this brings us to the main practice for this evening, known in Tibet as Zongcho Monlang. This is Samantabhadra's aspiration to good actions from the 29th or the 40th chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra, depending upon which translation you're using. This translation was provided to us by Lotsuwa House. It's been adapted and amplified by yours truly. Let's see here. Adapted and whoopsie. Amplified. Okay, so let's get it on. Please chant with me. To all the Buddha, oopsie, that's the timer. Okay. To all the Buddhas and lions of the human race, in all directions of the universe through past, present, and future. To every single one of you I bow in homage, with devotion filling my body, speech, and mind. Through the power of this intention, aspiring to good action, may all the victorious ones appear vivid before my mind. Victorious one is a synonym for enlightened one. And I multiply my body as many as times as are atoms in the universe, each one bowing in gratitude to all the Buddhas. And now let's perform this. And so, quick like a bunny, I'm going to actually replace this art with another piece of art. Please bear with me. Let's go over here. Let's find. Yes, okay. All right, so I'm going to knock out 3 bows. You're welcome to join me if you want. If not, that's okay. It's entirely optional. Let's make sure everything fits on the screen. Excuse me. Let's continue. All right. During our inhalation, let us silently and mentally recite, relaxing into this. During our exhalation, let us physically relax as best we can while striving to chant. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This 9-syllable mantra 3 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. Namo Amida Mamuna, Namo Amida Mamuna, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Let's continue. If you've just joined me, welcome aboard. We are performing, tonight's practice is deeply influenced both by China and Tibet. When you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, or Buddhist meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. In every atom preside as many Buddhas as there are atoms, and around them all their bodhisattvas. And so I imagine them. May I imagine them filling completely the entire space of reality. Whoops, wrong button. Saluting them with an endless ocean of praise, with the sounds of an ocean of different melodies. I sing of the Buddha's noble qualities and praise all those who have gone to perfect bliss. To every Buddha I make offerings of the loveliest flowers, of beautiful garlands, of music and perfumed ointments, the best of parasols, the brightest lamps and the finest incense. To every Buddha I make offerings, exquisite garments and the most fragrant scents, powdered incense heaped as high as Mount Meru, arranged in perfect symmetry. Then the vast and unsurpassed offerings, inspired by my devotion to all the Buddhas. Well, that's fun. And moved by the power of my enthusiasm for good actions, I bow and offer to all you victorious ones. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Whatever harmful acts I have committed while driven by hating, craving, confusion, competition, and clinging. Let's check to make sure this fits on the screen. Okay. Whatever harmful acts I have committed while driven by hating, craving, confusion, competition, and clinging. With my body, my speech, and also with my mind. Before you I confess and purify each and every one. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. During our inhalation, silently and mentally, we recite the intention, relaxing into this. During the exhalation, we physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 9 syllables 3 times per breath. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Well, that's weird. Let's check something out real quick. Okay, I think that's more pleasing to the eye. What do you think? Please chant with me. With our heart full of delight, I rejoice on all the merits of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, those in training and not hearts beyond training, and every living being throughout the entire universe. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. You who are like beacons, together let's chant. You who are like beacons of light shining through the worlds, who pass through the stages of enlightenment, to attain Buddhahood, freedom from all the tyranny of attachment. I exhort you all of you protectors, turn the unsurpassable wheel of Dharma. Whoops, it looks like I was covering the text, which kind of sucks. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Joining my palms together, I beseech you who went into Indapati Nirvana. Remain for eons as many as the atoms of this world, and bring well-being and happiness to all living beings. Oopsie. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. What little virtue I have gathered through my almonds, through offering confession and rejoicing, through exhortation and requesting. All of it I dedicate to the enlightenment of all beings. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Having completed our introduction, we now start the actual aspiration. May offerings be made to the Buddhas of the past, and all who now dwell throughout the 10 directions of this universe. May all who are yet to come swiftly fulfill their wishes and attain the stages of enlightenment and Buddhahood. May as many worlds as there are in the 10 directions transform into realms that are vast and utterly pure, filled with Buddhas who have sat beneath the mighty Bodhi tree. Around them all the Bodhisattvas, sons and daughters. May as many sentient beings as there are in the 10 directions always live always and forever in happiness and health. May all Buddhas meet with Buddha teachings that best Let's try this again. May all beings meet with May all beings meet the Buddha teachings that best benefit them, and may all they hope for be fulfilled. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. As I practice enlightenment, oopsie, let's make sure this fits in the page properly. As I practice enlightenment training, may I recall all my previous births. And in my successive lives through death and through rebirth, may I always renounce the worldly life. Training in the footsteps of the victorious Buddhas, may I bring good actions to perfection. And may my moral conduct be taintless and pure, never lapsing, and always be free from fault. In the language of gods, nagas, and yakshas, in the language of demons and humans too, in however many kinds of languages there may be, may I proclaim the Dharma in the languages of all, taming my mind and striving to the perfections of giving, kindness, patience, zeal, mindfulness, and wisdom. Let's try this again. Of giving, kindness, patience, zeal, mindfulness, and wisdom, may I never forget bodhicitta. May all my harmful actions and the obscurations of dread and desire they cause be completely purified, every single one. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. As we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. As we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, we could so physically relax that we mentally release all that we noticed. Oopsie. During our inhalation. Together, let us practice mindfulness and meditation right now. May I be free from the tyranny of karma, negative emotions, and the work of negativity. And act for all beings in this world just like the lotus flower to which neither mud nor water cling, or the sun and the moon that course unhindered across the sky. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya, Namo Amitabha Munaya. Throughout the reach and range of, oopsie, let's try this again. Oh, never mind. Throughout the reach and range of the entire universe, may I pacify completely the suffering of all the lower realms. May I lead them to all happiness and work for the ultimate benefit of each and every one. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. May I bring enlightened action to perfection, meet beings' needs, and teach you to accomplish good actions, continuing this through all hands to come. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. May I always meet and be accompanied by those whose actions accord with mine, and in body, speech, and mind as well. May our aspirations and actions always be as one. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. May I always meet spiritual friends who long to be of true help to me, and teach me the good actions. May I never disappoint them. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. May I always behold the Buddhas here before my eyes, and around them all the Bodhisattva sons and daughters. Without ever tiring throughout all the aeons to come, may high offerings I make them be endless and vast. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. May I maintain the sacred teachings of the Buddhas and cause enlightened actions to appear. May I train into perfection in good actions and practice these in every age to come. Welcome to this evening's practice. During our inhalation, please silently and mentally recite the intention, relaxing into this. During our exhalation, let us physically relax as best we can, while striving to chant these 9 syllables 3 times per breath for 4 breaths. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Please chant with me. As I wander through all states of samsaric existence, may I gather inexhaustible merit and wisdom. And so become an inexhaustible treasury of noble qualities of skill, discernment, mindfulness, and liberation. Oops, coordination, don't fail me now. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. In a single atom may I see as many pure lands as atoms in the universe. And in each one Buddha's beyond imagining, encircling the bodhisattvas. And in each one Buddha's beyond imagining, encircled by the bodhisattvas. Along with him may I perform the actions of enlightenment. And so in each direction, everywhere, even on the tip of a hair, may I see an ocean of Buddhas, all to come in past, present, and future. In an ocean of pure lands and through an ocean of aeons, may I enter into enlightened action in each and every one. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Each word of a Buddha's speech with its ocean of good qualities bears all the purity of the speech of all the Buddhas. Sounds that harmonize with the minds of all living beings. May I always be engaged with the speech of the Buddhas. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. With all the power of my minds may I hear and realize the inexhaustible melody of the teachings spoken by all the Buddhas of the past, present, and future as they turn the wheels of Dharma. Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya, Namo Amida Mamunaya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. As the wisdom of all the Buddhas penetrates all future aeons, may I too know them instantly. And in each fraction of an instant may I know all that will ever be in past, present, and future. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. In an instant may I behold all those who are lions of the human race, the Buddhas of past, present, and future. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. May I always be engaged in the Buddha's way of life and action, through the power of liberation, where all is realized as like an illusion. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya, Namo Amidama Muneya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. On a single atom may I actually bring about the entire array of pure lands of past, present, and future, and then enter into those Buddha realms in each atom in each direction. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. When those who illuminate the world still to come gradually attain Buddhahood in the wheel of Dharma, and demonstrate the final profound peace of Pati Nirvana, may I always be in the presence. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. Good evening and welcome to this live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, or Buddhist meditation, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Whoopsie, wrong button. Let's try that again. Through the power of swift miracles, the power of the vehicle like a doorway, the power of conduct that possesses all virtuous qualities. Oopsie, I think that's kind of obscured, isn't it? Through the power of swift miracles, the power of the vehicle like a doorway, the power of conduct that possesses all virtuous qualities, the power of loving kindness all pervasive, the power of merit that is totally virtuous, the power of wisdom free from attachment, and the powers of knowledge, skillful means, and mindfulness. May I perfectly accomplish the power of enlightenment. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite the intention, relaxing into this. During our exhalation, let us physically relax as best we can, while striving to chant these 9 syllables 3 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. As we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, our sympathetic nervous system could help us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. As we silently and mentally recite the 1-syllable verb ease during each exhalation, we could so physically relax that we mentally release whatever it is that we noticed during our previous inhalation. Please chant with me. May I purify the power of karma, destroy the power of the tyranny of harmful emotions. Oops, wrong button. Let's try that again. Wow, what's going on there? Render negativity utterly powerless and perfect the power of good actions. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. May I purify oceans of Russell, berate oceans of sentient beings, understand oceans of Dharma, realize oceans of wisdom, perfect oceans of actions, fulfill oceans of aspirations, and serve oceans of Buddhas, and perform these without ever growing weary for oceans of aeons. Remember, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, or Buddhist meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. All the Buddhas throughout the whole of time attained enlightenment through good actions. And their aspirations and recitations for enlightened action, may I follow them completely. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. The eldest of the sons of all the Buddhas is called Samanta Mandra Ogen. I dedicate fully all these merits that I too may act with skill like his. To purify my body, my speech, and my mind, as well as to purify my actions in all realms. May I be the equal of Samanta Mandra in his cool and good action. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. In order to perform the full virtue of good actions, may I act according to Manjushri's recitations of aspiration. And without ever growing weary in all the aeons to come, may I perfectly fill every one of his aims. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. May my bodhisattva actions be beyond measure. May my enlightened qualities be measureless as well. Keeping to this immeasurable activity, may I accomplish the miraculous powers of enlightenment. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Sentient beings are as limitless as the boundless expanse of space. So shall my recitation of aspiration for them be as limitless as their karma and harmful emotions. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Whoever is this king of aspiration, recitation in use for supreme enlightenment, who even once arouses enthusiasm will gain to merit greater still. Then by offering the victorious Buddha's infinite pure lands in every direction, all ornamented in jewels, or offering them all the highest joys of gods and humans, for as many aeons as there are atoms in those realms. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Whoever truly makes his aspiration to good actions will never again be born in the lower realms. Whoever truly makes his aspiration... Whoever truly makes his aspiration to good actions will never again be born in the lower realms. They will be free from harmful companions and soon behold the Buddha of boundless light. They will acquire... They will acquire all kinds of benefits and live in happiness. Even in this present life all will go well. And before long they will become just like Samanta Mantra. All negative actions, even the 5 of immediate retribution, whatever they have committed in the grip of ignorance, they will soon be completely purified if they recite this aspiration to good actions. They will possess perfect wisdom, beauty, and excellent signs, be born in a good family and with a radiant appearance. Demons and heretics will never harm them, and the 3 worlds will honor them with offerings. They will quickly go beneath the Bodhi tree, and there they will sit. To benefit all sentient beings and awaken to enlightenment. Turn the wheel of Dharma and tame Mara with all his horns. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia, Namo Amida Mamunia. Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha Buddhaya. The full result of keeping, teaching, or reading this recitation of the aspiration to good actions and known to the Buddhas alone, have no doubt supreme enlightenment is yours. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Just as the Bodhisattva Mojoshi attained omniscience and Samanta Bandhana too. All these merits I now dedicate to train and follow in their footsteps. Welcome to this evening's practice. During our inhalation, we can silently and mentally recite this intention. During our exhalation, we can physically relax as best we can, while verbally striving to chant these 9 syllables 3 times per breath for 4 breaths. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, or Buddhist meditation, please do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. As all the victorious Buddhas in the past, present, future praise dedication as supreme. So I now dedicate all these words of virtues for all perfect beings to perfected actions. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya, Namo Amidama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. When it is time for me today, may all that obscures me fade away. So I look on Amitabha there in person, and at once go to his pure land of Sukhavanti. In the Pure Land may I actualize every single one of all these aspirations. May I fulfill them each and every one, and bring home to all beings for as long as the universe remains. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Mother in a beautiful lotus flower in that excellent and joyous pure land. May the Buddha Amitabha himself grant me the prophecy foretelling my enlightenment. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya, Namo Amidhama Muniya. As we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, our sympathetic nervous system could help us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. That is known as mindfulness. As we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, we can so physically relax and mentally release that we let go of whatever we noticed during our previous inhalation. That is called meditation. Let's practice. having received the prophecy there with my brilliance of ammunition sent out through the power of mind, may I bring enormous benefit to sentient beings in the 10 directions. Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya. Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya. Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya. Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya, Namo Ame Namo Munaya. Through whatever small virtues I have gained by reciting this aspiration to good actions, may the virtuous wishes of all beings' recitations and aspirations all be instantly accomplished. Through the true and boundless merit attained by dedicating this aspiration to good actions, may all drowning in the ocean of suffering reach the supreme pure land of Amitabha. May this King of aspirations bring about the supreme aim and benefit of all infinite sentient beings. May they perfect what is described in this special aspiration uttered by someone to mantra. May the lower worlds be entirely emptied. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10.5 hours, I would very much like to return to tomorrow's early morning meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.